Hello, fabulous sports students. This is Mrs. March. Today we're going to discuss asexual and sexual reproduction. We're going to have a discussion of diverse and uniform offspring. Objectives today will be, by the end of the video, you'll be able to identify that sexual reproduction results in more diverse offspring and asexual reproduction results in more uniform offspring. You'll be able to compare how traits are passed in both sexual and asexual reproduction. Here's a review. All organisms are made of cells. Prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. Eukaryotic cells do have a nucleus. Another review again. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. It houses your chromosomes, the DNA, the genetic code for organisms. The nucleus is similar to our brain. And again, prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. Eukaryotic cells do have a nucleus. The nucleus contains the chromosomes. This is what a chromosome looks like. The chromosomes are made of DNA. Here's the DNA. Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid, and it has segments called genes. Genes are codes or directions for the traits, such as your brown hair, blue eyes, curly hair. Traits are inherited and passed from parents to children, also called offspring, from one generation to the next. The types of reproduction we're going to talk about today are the fact that all organisms, plants, animals, bacteria reproduce. There are two types of reproduction, the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Parents pass on copies of their chromosomes during reproduction, thus passing on traits in the genetic material. This is why offspring look similar to their parents. How come you look like your mom or dad, or both? Asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction that involves only one parent. It produces uniform offspring, meaning they look exactly like their parents. Key vocabulary here for asexual reproduction: same, identical, copy, clone, uniform of the parent. They are not able to adapt to the environment. Asexual reproduction of an amoeba, here we see the parent cell. The nucleus is beginning to divide. It is now beginning to split into two exact copies. These are called daughter cells. Okay? And when it finally does split, this amoeba will look exactly like its parent in number one because of asexual reproduction. In binary fission is a type of asexual reproduction in which the cells copy themselves, then divide into two identical organisms. Bacteria does this. Here is your copy being done, duplication of your chromosomes. The cell then begins to split and divide into two identical cells. Okay? Let's look at this. Budding is a type of asexual reproduction in which an organism produces a bud that breaks away to live on its own. Here we see the bud forming inside. It's pushing its way out. It's completely away from the parent, the host, and it's going to live on its own. An example here is Hydra. Regeneration is a type of asexual reproduction in which the organism uses cell division to regrow a body part. Sea stars can do this, earthworms, crabs. We, of course, cannot regenerate our parts. We cannot regrow fingers that we've cut off with scissors. Vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction in which part of an existing plant is cut off and grows into a new plant. If you plant strawberries, you can cut a part off of the strawberry and give it to another person, and they'll have strawberry plants. Potatoes do it. Ivies do it. Sexual reproduction, however, involves two parents. It produces diverse offspring. The key vocabulary here is different, unique, diverse, variety, and has variations. In Mr. and Mrs. March's case, I have 3 daughters. I have 2 that are dark-headed, and I have 1 child that's blonde. We are able to adapt to the environment due to our diversity. Here's the butterflies, and you can see the butterfly had diverse offspring. Sexual reproduction involves, of course, the sex cells from a male organism, sperm, and a female organism, the egg. And fertilization is actually the combining of the sperm and egg to produce a zygote. So now let's review a little bit of what we talked about. We're going to try and figure out if they are asexually reproducing or sexually reproducing. Okay, puppies. Mother and father puppies. You can see some of the puppies look like dad, some of the puppies look like mom. Is this asexual or sexual? It's sexual reproduction. Okay, offspring is kind of like the parents. Is that asexual or sexual? If you said sexual for reproduction, you were correct. It involves only one parent. Sexual or asexual? If you said asexual, you were correct. 100% identical to the parent. Asexual or sexual? Asexual reproduction. Good. It involves 2 parents. Is it asexual or sexual? Sexual reproduction produces offspring. Your brothers and sisters, if you have them, do not look exactly like you. You have similarities, but they do not look exactly like you. Strawberry plants. Asexual or sexual? You can see from the picture that the strawberry offspring looks exactly like the parent, so it has to be asexual. Okay, that's all we have today. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in class.